Welcome back to Lemmings to the Tribes. It's the second half of the classic tribe, and no, you're not hallucinating by looking at the time of this video. This is indeed gonna go that long. I told you that eventually the classic tribe will get really freaking hard, and the time is now. So, welcome to the Starry threshold. Now, the entire thing with this level is, are we gonna be allowed to use our blockers or not? I guess there's only one way to find out, and it's to do it. Good old trial and error pokes its way in. And it will be possible to save on the blocker that I'm gonna put ahead right now, because I could just dig through one of the pillars and everything in order to land on the slope, and then I will turn back and such. But I did not think about that before then, but that's okay, because if I wasn't allowed to use a single blocker, I probably will know by now, and I will already have failed the level anyway, so I guess we'll see where this is going. So the first order of affair is to dig, bash, mine your way through this really complicated contraption, and make sure that you save at least one basher, because it's gonna make the end of the level so much more easier. Not entirely sure if you can make it to the end of the level without having a basher left, so make sure that you keep at least one of them handy. And the moment you get there, you're almost ready to free everybody, but yeah, that's why you want a basher, in order to make it through this gigantic structure that we have ahead. Also, make sure that you also have a builder left, but hey, it's not as if builders have been a problem for this one level, but yeah, you just have to use a tiny builder in order to get some height, and then you bash through the entire structure without any worry or anything, so that pretty much will be it for this level, but yeah, the moment of truth will be here. Shall we be allowed to use any blockers or not? I guess we're gonna figure out as soon as we're gonna be able to finally bash through this, because I was kinda paranoid to just waste my basher. And it's not as if we're in danger of running out of time. However, you will be in total danger of running out of time if you decided that the way in order to finish the level was to send a lemming on top of the structure, turn him around, and then mine your way to this gigantic mess of a block. Also, what is this? A flame trap? It's just like, yeah, for some reason the classic tribe decided to put in flame traps in some of the levels, but there's no way to reach any of them, so I don't even know if they work or not, but let's see. Oh, yeah, nice one, but can you give that extra bit of effort? That means 2 lemmings have died beyond the threshold in order to get the gold medal, so yeah, we're gonna have to do this again. Without any blockers whatsoever, so how the hell are we gonna do this now? Well, we do have 10 diggers, so hopefully with that we're gonna be able to devise some sort of way in order to keep our lemmings all holed up in the time that our trailblazer is gonna be doing all of the job. So why did I restart that early? Because I messed up my first digger. You're supposed to be way further ahead so that whenever lemmings are gonna land in the pit, they're going to land on the slope where the little bit of half of a pillar is, and yeah, make sure that you also stop him with a builder, because otherwise, yeah, your tunnel is just gonna keep on going and it's gonna be all for nothing. That's gonna be your holding cell. Yep, that's all that you had to do in order to beat this level without any kind of blocker whatsoever. So once you've successfully managed to do that, the rest of the level is just played the same exact way. Just go and bash and mine your way through this gigantic maze over here. And yeah, now it's just time to hope that our lemming, yeah, as soon as your lemming doesn't go hand, well, you know, keep digging until the cows go moo and everything, you've successfully won. But with the concentration of lemmings that I had, I probably would have had a chance to have all of the lemmings go in the right way, and then the other lemming will have just built all the way to the opposite wall so that it will be able to turn back without any kind of hindrance whatsoever. So here we go, the Starry threshold has been beaten without any kind of blockers. Now, this level, however, is just mean. The title should hint toward it. Yeah, you're so close, but you're so far away. Just like, how do you design a level that devilish, where the trapdoor and the exit are right next to each other, but you just have to go through this gigantic maze, or gigantic path that leads to the end? And by the way, you don't have a whole lot of supplies for this level. This is an incredibly devious level. And yeah, you better be ready to kill off lemmings, because your digging supplies are way too important. You're gonna have to use explosives over using bashers and all sort of things right here. Just like every single skill is required, except maybe the floaters, because I don't see any gap in this level that will require you to float. We've built all the way up here in order to make it so that we're gonna be able to build and bash our way through this with as few supplies used as possible. Because if you didn't do that, what will happen is you'd have to bash and then you'd have to build something like 3 or 4 times. And of course, that's not gonna cut it on this one level. You're gonna see why we need as many builders as possible as soon as you see the upcoming section of the level. Also, that's a level where you're gonna have to be expected to do some multitasking, because even though you're given 8 minutes to do this level, this is one of those few levels which will mean you to use all of that time to your advantage in order to win. But yeah, you need 7 builders, because yeah, that's almost your entire builder supply that will be used in order to get all the way up there. Now it's time to send another lemming climbing up here in order to be the next trailblazer lemming that will do the rest of the path, because yeah, the current builder right here is also gonna have to be sacrificed. He's gonna have to become a blocker, because how else are you gonna build all the way up right here? Just like your lemmings are just gonna exit the screen if they keep going left, so the blocker is necessary once again. Also, I kinda messed up my builder here, but thankfully the good old ability of just deviating path as soon as you hit the blocker is still present in this game. So now, are we gonna make it? Because remember, we still need a builder in order to win. Okay, and we barely did it, because we still have one final pit to bridge over. And of course that means that once again the flame trap that you saw at the beginning of the level, it's nothing but decoration again. There's absolutely no way to reach it in any way or form. It's just there in order to taunt you into dying somehow. The reason why you still need your basher or miner is to get through the first wall that we had over here. This one you could probably bomb through if you wanted, but just like, it's gonna make things even more complicated, and at this point we've used up all of our climbers already, so it's not as if we could get anybody else all the way here if we wanted to keep our trailblazers tactic working. So now the final 2 obstacles is this dig that is all the way there, and then we have to build over the final pit, and it's about time that we release everybody else. So yeah, the reason why we're gonna have to keep yet another bomber, yeah, because how else are you gonna stop this lemming from digging over here? You cannot build in order to make him turn direction, and even then, if you messed up your digger to begin with and dug too far to the right, then the bomber will also correct your mistake, so there's no reason to do anything else here. And also, that's how your other climber over here is gonna turn direction too, so hooray, bombers solve every problem in the world. So yeah, that level is a doozy indeed. Out of the 8 minutes that we had, we're only gonna have about 2 minutes left whenever all of our lemmings are gonna be at the end. And we killed 4 lemmings! It's just like, is this really gonna be the gold solution? Well, it ought to be, because look at all my supplies. They're all empty, with the exception of the floater, so there's absolutely no other way to do this level. What a cruel level. Alright, you killed 4 lemmings! Celebrate good times, come on! Thank you, I'll be here all week, just in time in order to crack the secret of LEMH. And the secret of LEMH is gonna be all about those alternative digging solutions, because we can't really use 2 bashers in order to make it through the one obstacle that we saw ahead of time, because we need to bash through at least 3 different things. So how are we gonna do all of this? Well, with 10 climbers and 20 diggers, it's time to figure out an alternative way in order to make progress happen. Yeah, instead of digging horizontally, what about digging vertically and make it so that your vertical digging also becomes horizontal? So that's why you have a whole lot of climbers and diggers. That's the way that we're gonna make some progress happen over here. And yeah, the blocker here is kind of necessary, because otherwise your lemmings are all gonna die in the ditch and everything. Unfortunately, my lead lemming kinda hit a snag here because I did not want him to hit the steel, because you want that one lemming to dig downwards a bit more so that he's gonna be able to start bashing in a way so that all of your lemmings are gonna survive and everything, so yeah, it's kind of an untimely thing. Of course, you want to dig downward enough so that your lemmings are gonna survive this fall over here, and I'm not even sure if they're gonna do it. Ah, okay, never mind, they did. Even though it's classic lemmings, the lemmings still have slightly better falling ability, so therefore they can at least survive this fall over here. But now, the end of this level is gonna get messy because I still have to do a digger and then convert them into a miner. And unfortunately, this game doesn't assign skills as well than Lemming 1 did whenever you have a giant cluster of lemmings all together in a pit. Yeah, not only I dug in the wrong direction, but also my digger is still digging, so yeah, we're gonna have to do this again, but without, well, you know, having like 50 or 60 lemmings all overlapping each other. That's clearly not gonna work. So the moral of the story, you want to leave at least a tiny bit of wall behind all of your other lemmings so that they're gonna stay stuck here until that you've prepared your entire path. So therefore, yeah, just take your time, everything is okay, nobody's gonna get injured or anything. All that we want is our climbers over here to do all of the nasty job while everybody's just happily bouncing back and forth. Yeah, I think I've given my lemmings enough of a lead so that they're gonna be able to prepare the tunnel for everybody in time. It's not really that long to accomplish, so that's about all of the time that we needed. Alright, don't despair, I know that you're kind of suffering, but that's okay, your suffering is coming to an end. There's no more big pits to go through and everything. Also, the blocker over there, make sure that all of your lemmings are headed toward the right and everything, toward the exit, because I did fuck up one of my attempts once because I blew up my blocker too early, and one of my climber went all the way at the beginning of the level and then killed himself by falling in the water. That was not a pretty sight. So, yay, another level where we had to kill lemmings in order to proceed. But that's okay, because you're still golden in my ears. Or my eyes. And now, this fucking level. Flying the Mad Pursuit. This level is aptly titled because this level is absolutely mad. Just like I hate every little fiber of it with all passion. Why? You're gonna see as we learn how to do this level together. First of all, let's start it the foolproof way. Since we don't know yet if this level accounts for blockers and bombers being used, we're gonna use them in order to see what's gonna happen whenever we'll win. You want to send a trailblazer over here so that he's gonna go all the way down where the exit is in order to build a ramp and then prepare a tunnel that will lead to the exit of the level. And since we no longer have any bashers, we're gonna have to take a more sophisticated approach. We're gonna have to dig and then mine through the pillar in order to make it to the end. And now it's time for a good old favorite of Lemmings, doing pixel perfect builders. In this case, it's not really necessary because we could still dig down and then build in order to turn them direction, but this is a skill that for this one level you're gonna have to master. I'm not gonna spoil the punch quite yet, but yeah, it's definitely gonna happen, and boy are you gonna love the level whenever it will unleash all of its cruelty toward you. Even though we're almost done with the level, you're probably already starting to notice some problems that we're probably gonna run into whenever we'll finish a level. First of all, our lemmings are gonna take the worst possible path in order to get to the end of the level, because it's not as if that they're gonna gain anything by following the path that our trailblazer did take. So yeah, that's gonna get absolutely wonderful whenever we'll free everybody. We can dig through the platform that we built in order to hopefully get everybody all the way back down, but yeah, it's gonna get really ugly. Also, could I have done a way worse timing in order to free everybody? Just like, jeez, my tunnel is not even ready. Just like, I can't even keep up with all of the lemmings that are walking to their doom over here. Come on, I gotta turn in all direction. Oh my god, no, I lost one. Okay, so now the moral of the story is we've lost 2 lemmings. So what is the required threshold in order to win gold? Wait a minute! So I'm not allowed to use blockers at all! Ow? How do you do this level without any kind of blocker? That doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Well, you're right in order to not get it and have this kind of reaction, because look at how stupid the level becomes whenever you have to get gold medal. You have to build all of these ramps over here, and you have to somehow guess that by digging in steel, that will make it so that your lemming is gonna be stalled, and therefore that's going to give you enough time in order to bridge over the entire gap so that you can do the whole thing without any kind of builder. Also, you need another builder against that one pillar on the right in order to prevent your lemmings from going to the right, and now the first builder must not be the one that starts building. What? How do you come up with this? What kind of madness is this? This is madness and not the right kind of. It's the kind of madness that's stupid. So yeah, you've successfully managed to complete all of this. Congratulations, that was only the first 30 seconds of the level. And every time you fuck up after that, you're gonna have to do this all over again. So you better get used to doing that, because you're gonna be doing that a lot. That is going to leave us with exactly 4 builders. And yeah, 4 builders. Count all of the pits that we're gonna have to go over, and you will see how and why this level is atrocious. That means that all of our next builders that are gonna happen, your lemming must build in order to reach the wall, and he must not turn back, because if he turns back, he's not gonna be able to be brought back to the right direction. Yep, there we go, we fucked up, so it's time to redo the first 30 seconds again. And it's one of these levels where nuking all of your lemmings is not even satisfying, because this entire freaking level is made out of steel. At the very least, give me something to destroy with my nuclear lemmings. Give me radioactive toy, right now. So, we're back here, time to see if we can do this builder any better. Can we finally do the thing that needed to be done? No, we can't! He hit the wall and he turned back. There's no way that we're going to save him. Is this gonna work any better? No, it's a completely different attempt, but you wouldn't guess at it because it looks exactly the same. You can't remember from time to time where you built. There's absolutely no visual representations on the floor that is gonna help you out into figuring out what is the proper timing in order to build. It's all trial and error. You're gonna have to do it until you somehow have the knack of doing it. And every time that you fail, you're gonna have to redo the last 2 minutes of gameplay every single time with the same pixel perfect building that you had to do. And now it's time for the final builder. Can we do it? Oh my god, we did it! Alright, let's go! We've totally got this! No, I panicked and therefore I couldn't even freaking click! I could not click! No! Why did I do this? That was awful. It's just like... And I can't even kill my lemming in style. That was literally the worst possible thing that could happen. Okay, maybe I can turn back with a mine. Ow. I can't do anything properly. Just like every time you're gonna fail this portion, you're gonna feel so bad about it. Because it was like, it was such a battle in order to get all the way there that it's just like, no. Wow. And our poor lemming is gone. Goodbye. It was fun knowing you, but we're hopefully gonna have to pull it off into another life. I'm starting to have doubts, but hopefully we'll be able to accomplish this feat again. Alright, we're T-minus 5 seconds before the builder. Hopefully this is gonna work this time. And if we mess up again the builder, yeah, we're gonna mine early, so our lemming is gonna be able to turn directions for real this time, but now we have another problem. How are we going to dig up this pillar here in such a way so that we're gonna be able to actually, well, you know, reach the exit and not dig up the ramp that we just built? Right now, I can already tell you, we fucked up the level. We've dug up our ramp and now all of our lemmings are gonna fall in the water, but let's just keep going in the likelihood that it somehow works, that we manage to successfully accomplish the deed and everything. Spoiler, it won't. But let's just pretend for a second. But no, unfortunately there are no deities watching the Lemmings for this one case. Oh, that was a feeble effort on this one impossible as frick level that is annoying beyond all belief. Oh, alright, we finally managed to get it to work again. Come on. I missed it again! Fuck. How do I keep fucking up so bad? But alright, here we go. Now this is the time where we finally dig up the pillars the old-fashioned way, without any kind of fear and... No, we messed up again. This is all that this level is about. It's about fucking up this one portion, because at this point your nerves are all shut up and just like... Just like, how are we even gonna celebrate the fucking up of this level? I don't know. Yeah, I've got nothing. So yeah, for old time's sake, let's replay the entire level just in order to remind you how really shitty and annoying it is. It's just like, at this point, I don't want to see this level anymore, but the only way to not see this level anymore is to prevail, and prevailing against this level is impossible because it drives me nuts. With practice, the early section of the level can be replicated as often as you want, but it's just... replicating these pixel-perfect builders all of the time is such an asshole. Oh boy, it's come down to this again. I can't freaking look. Okay, now don't fuck up. Dig as soon as the lemming is gonna be on top. Oh my god, we did it! Now he's just gonna dig, and as soon as he's gonna be at the right level, we can mine, and then we can finally finish this freaking level. There we go! We did it! Woo! Holy shit, we did it! Now all that we have to do is to waste all of our diggers on these ramps, hoping that we're gonna dig them up, and here we go! Holy shit! We did it! We finally did it! We flew the mad bursuit! We did it without killing a single lemming! That's the best day of my life! Warning, if this is the best moment of your life, you need to reconsider it. And with all that said and done, well, it's still not over yet, because we still have level 10 to beat. Yeah, somehow the level that we went through was not the ultimate challenge. Instead, this is the ultimate challenge, and actually this level is really freaking good. This is the complete opposite of the level that we just played. Instead of having an annoying level that defies all laws of physics and logic and everything, here's a level where the solution makes a whole bunch of sense, is really clever, and usually makes you feel good whenever you pull it off. So all in all, a perfect level. First of all, we need to send two lemmings going each their separate ways. One is gonna prepare the path on the right, and the other one is gonna do so on the left. What we want to do is to get all of our lemmings that are currently into the little pit over here all the way down, so that we're gonna be able to send them forking over to the left, and this way we're going to create a big tunnel in order to welcome our lemmings. And with the final builder, that's gonna be how we're going to make it so that it's all gonna work. We need this one builder in order to link the two halves of the level together. So that should be good for the time being. Let's just go and take care of the right side now. Instead of digging your way through all of this, you have to bash through all of this ledge per ledge, one after the other. It may seem like a lengthy process or something, but it's really not that bad, and even when you have all of these lemmings waltzing around like that, it's still not really what I'd call something complicated. Because the ledges are big enough so that your lemmings are not gonna get confounded into one gigantic pile where everything is gonna be impossible to control anymore. It's fairly straightforward. Also, I kind of underestimated my lemmings, which is why I freed them really early, but they could easily fall all the way up here from all the way down here while surviving, so I didn't even need to complicate matters by doing this. And now it's a moment of truth. It's time to bridge both halves of the level by applying a final basher, so hopefully this one is completely gonna work. Oh, not quite. It looks like that we were bashing way too high for this to happen, so... Yeah, remember our lemming on the left? He forgot to do something very important. Instead, he's gonna be the one that will do the bridging of both halves of the level together, so that's why he's gonna be the one that needs to be working a little bit more. First of all, he needs to mine, because right now he's obviously way too high to do anything. And finally, it makes more sense for him to mine down, because, hey, that's his tunnel. So this way, if it goes down, then it's gonna be way easier to recuperate any sort of mistake. And because of the little upward ledge that is over here, that's going to stop him from bashing, and therefore that's gonna make it so that everything will come along just fine. Just like those random holes that are in the planks. They're not decoration, they're actually pretty strategic. But yeah, our basher has almost reached his final hand. As long as he stops bashing, whenever he's gonna reach the hole over here, that means you've won. But if you start mining whenever he's too low, then it's not gonna work. But here we go, it totally worked. So now he has to go all the way back here, and he's gonna be building the bridge in order to finally put the final lid into this tribe. Yeah, by building a bridge over here, and then, yeah, we're just gonna keep bashing and bashing until the cows go moo. And because of the way that we did things, there's always gonna be a platform for them to land. And look at that, they're not even stunned. What a beautiful thing. So that's it! After many hardships, we are finally done with the classic tribe. And we even get this good old nostalgic feeling whenever you finish a level and your time is running out. It's just like, this is such a good final wing to the Mayhem difficulty, where you had that kind of problem happen all of the time. But here we go! Warn me! I got gold even though I killed 7 lemmings in this tribe. And yeah, in true classical way, yeah, he looks kind of plain. It's just like, I don't know, he kind of looks like your little cousin or something that just got lost or something. He's like, hey, can I play with you? And he's like, no, I'm sorry, you're not as cool as me. And then he replies, what do you mean not as cool as you? Did you see all of the crap that I had to do in order to get here? Why don't you do my tribe then, you assholes? And just like that, the classic tribe is finally over. But now a new challenge awaits us. Can you survive the horror that is clowns? See you in the circus tribe.